Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For you today I have something really special. You see that massive rock behind me? I'm gonna try to ride it on my mountain bike, but for this I need to prep it. So I'm gonna take you through the process, how I clean up the slab, and then what goes behind trying a new feature like that. So stay tuned. So I've just spent some time cleaning up that nice toboggan, which is gonna be one of the main difficulty of this line because it's quite bumpy and it's also really steep. But now it's starting to look good, and right here I'm making like a little path to really slow down and hopefully use that little support right there in order to come straight and make a corner. Okay, and on the top of the line we have Cole that's giving me a hand, and so basically we got that decent sized drop, just building a little landing with a run-in so I can like really carry speed and come onto the feature with a bit of momentum, so it's just gonna be a bit cooler. This is a drop at the top of the line. As you can see, it's a super pretty rock. It's full of moss that I'm not gonna be removing because I'll be coming with momentum, so I basically don't need the traction on the rock at this point. So I'm gonna leave it like that. It's just gonna look way cooler, and it's a way to leave the nature as intact as possible. Here we got the landing, so it's not finished, but Cole has been using that technique where you put some logs and then you put some gold dirt on top of it. The reason behind is because that allows you to get some support for your landing, that allows you to save some dirt, because that gold dirt is actually really hard work to get, and it's not easy to find either. So we're just gonna add some dirt on it, but the landing is gonna be quite short, about 1.5 meters, so one bike and a half of length, which is okay because the drop is not that big. Following the drop we got a bit of a traverse, and then we're gonna up onto the rock that's in front of me where Cole is standing, and yeah, it's just gonna be a nice way to really set up and refocus before the big of the line. Okay, so the guys that gave me the rope very nicely told me to do a 8-figure knot. So if I remember correctly, it just goes like this, around and under. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna tie it to my harness. Safety is on. Perfect. Okay, let's try. So hold it. So yeah, there's all my weight on it now, and give me a bit of hold it. Yeah, perfect. Feel comfortable with that? Yeah. Okay, all good. So let's go down. This is where I ended the first part of removing the moss, and so we have an extra 15-20 meters to go. So I'm gonna go backwards and pull the moss towards me. A bit more. Okay. One more meter, please. Yeah, this part is definitely harder than the top because the moss is wetter, and so it's healthier, there's more dirt, so you got more roots as well, so it's easier to pull out. So yeah, it's way harder than I thought, but yeah, it's coming together, so that's good. Well, that's it for day one. We're gonna come back tomorrow to finish it, but basically we've done all the top of the line. I'd like to clean up a bit better the slab. Ideally we'll get some rain, that will make it easier to remove all the excess of dirt, and obviously we have to do the run out, which is quite important. So yeah, let's check back tomorrow. Okay guys, welcome back for day number 2. The slab starts way up there, you can see it coming down, and you got the last roll kind of drop off which is like nearly 30 foot high. So I'm gonna carry a lot of speed. Depending how slow I go, I will either be able to roll or I kind of will have to launch and drop. So I need to make sure that this is smooth behind me. You got two dead trees. Because they're dead, we can easily remove them. And there is a massive hole here, so I'm gonna make sure that it's all smooth, and yeah, then I should be nearly good to go. We'll go up and clean up the slab really well, and hopefully that's it, and then I can ride it. Three, two, one, go. Yeah. Perfect. So we just removed those two dead trees. What we did with the leftover of the dead wood is that Cole has been cutting it, so we can actually put it into that hole. So it's gonna make it easier. We don't have to go and dig to get some dirt and some rocks. So we're just gonna fill it up, put some nice dirt on top of it. And me, during this time, what I've been doing is that I've been cleaning up the run out. So I'm gonna leave the moss just because I don't want to make any more damage, and I want to keep it smooth, super natural free ride, and yeah, it's gonna be sick. Yeah, so Cole is basically nearly finished with that, and me, I've been pulling off all the extra moss that was on the landing, so I know everything is packed under. There is no hole, no stump, nothing that can potentially cause a crash. We're gonna put a little bit more work on that, and then I'm gonna brush last time that rock slab on top. And now we basically cover it with the extra dirt and moss that we have that fell from that top part. So it's basically all stiff under, and yeah, should be riding super smooth. While Cole is preparing the rope, I actually brought my wire brush, and I'm just gonna really be finishing some of the key part of the line, such as this slab. If I've done things correctly, this is a figure 8 knot. Hopefully it's solid enough. I'm gonna strap it to this guy, and then I'm gonna rappel down and clean the steepest part of the slab, which is right there. A bit more. I'm really glad I got this, because that makes the job so much easier. Well guys, I'm super pumped. The slab is ready, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and yeah, I'm gonna ride it. That's gonna be sick. So third day on the line, I'm with my buddy Chris Ricci from Influx Production. That's gonna help me capture some footage for you guys. This is the first drop. As you can see, it's pretty packed. The landing should be good. We got some rain overnight, and hopefully the slab is gonna stay dry. Unfortunately, there's some clouds, so I'm gonna have to go quite fast if I want to escape the rain. And yeah, let's see that. Okay, I'm good. Drop in.
Nice. How did that go? That was perfect. Look at that. Back wheel hit perfectly.
It's actually really easy to spot the landing, and so that makes it hard to mess it up basically. So I really like that kind of drop. You can really see where you are, and then you just have to adapt your bunny up depending on the speed and how much distance you got. So now stuck. I'm gonna do it one more, and then we'll move to the big boy.
And then look how smooth the landing. Tire track right there. Zoe, what do you think of this? This is pretty crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think you would have been fine, dude. Like, you weren't out of control. I think you just kind of...
Oh, I know, I wasn't thinking, to be honest.
Is this the craziest rock roll in Squamish? Yes.
That was good, dude. You had it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't focused. Okay, drop in.
How was it feeling, man? Like rolling in? It's pretty slippery.
It's really slippery and that corner has no support. It's all about that corner. And you basically got no support, so this time I went much faster than I was expecting. Wow. Dude, that was the scariest thing I've done.
Yeah, you fucking nailed it, dude. You came so fast out of the bottom there. You're gonna win the internet for at least 5 days, I reckon.
Okay, so what do you think, man? Are you gonna do it again, or is it worth it, or what's the risk on this?
The risk is way too high, but just like an addictive feeling, you know, of like pushing yourself and stuff. And you know, it's not because I do trail preview video now that I don't, you know, sometimes push on the bike. And this is like harder than many things I've done at Rampage. This was like a lot of risk and also like a ton of bike control to have. It's not just, you know, doing a big drop. So bike control required for this feature is actually really, really hard. And I feel like braking is my strength. But even though it's my strength, like I kind of feel like it's almost my weakness and something like that. Which is, yeah, it's just like, I don't have the footage to justice, but it's like, yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
So the first time you went though, you had a little crash. Like what happened there? Was it just support on the corner? Was it less soft?
Support on the corner, and I thought, I mean, I could have managed it. The problem is that corner is just like a couple of rocks, and you can't push on it because the rocks may fall off the actual rock face. It's not a proper burn that you can hit. It's just there to like just give you a tiny bit of support. And yeah, I guess I just got scared to actually use it. But that was fine to like ditch the bike and follow, which I've never done before. I actually never ditched the bike. I don't think I ever jumped off my bike. It's kind of a first for me. And those time pedals did like an amazing job to release when I wanted them to. So. Okay guys, day number 4 on that crazy line. So what happened day number 1 and 2 were building. Day number 3 is my first time riding it, and going into it I'm really confident because I'm comfortable with that kind of feature and I'm very experienced with slabs. That being said, I messed up basically. I struggled to slow down and it was way harder than I thought. I knew the risk was really high, but it was way harder to ride than I had imagined. Because I struggled to slow down and I could not properly make that corner. And the bottom part, so that run out you see behind me, the compression and the speed I had were way bigger than I expecting it. So I made it fine, but yeah, it was extremely scary. I usually don't get, you know, that nervous doing something like that, but yeah, it was extremely you know, demanding in terms of like focus and bike skills and commitment. And to be honest, that's one of the hardest thing I've done even at Red Bull Rampage. So yeah, it was pretty crazy looking back at it. I would have done it when the dirt was slightly drier, because that made my tire a bit wet, which makes it harder to slow down one side the slab, and the dirt was almost a bit muddy on some section. So that's the first thing. Second thing, bike setup. I would have put a bit less air pressure on my shocks, so the bike sits a little bit more onto the travel, and more air pressure on the front to keep a higher front end, despite having the low speed and the high speed compression closed. That was still not enough on the steep, and when I hit that compression behind me. And what I've done today is that I came back and totally blocked off the start of the trail, because I don't want someone to ride it by accident or simply to get injured. I think it's way too gnarly and dangerous. So I fully blocked off, and I leave the run out kind of clear just in case someone still decide to go for it, so they don't hit a log or something at the bottom. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to leave me a comment and let me know if you want me to do more of this. Make sure you subscribe, and I see you on YouTube or I see you on the trails.